Manufactured as a race of warrior slaves for the Mogu Empire, the Saurok have always been a violent and brutish race. For many centuries after the Purge, they remained hidden deep in the wilds of Krasarang, or lurked in the treacherous swamps beyond the Serpent's Spine. In recent generations, the Saurok have grown bold, assaulting towns and cities along the Pandarian coast, then disappearing to the sea with their plunder. If you encounter a Saurok in the wild, assume it is not alone, and take immediate action to protect yourself. The Saurok were originally dispatched to maintain order in the far edges of the Mogu Empire. A Saurokan culture of superiority and hatred for weakness developed, fueled by the ego of their Mogu masters. Soon, Saurok guards began to plunder the very people they were supposed to police. They grew disobedient, turning on their own Mogu commanders whenever they were displeased with the spoils of war. Emperor Dojan responded in the traditional Mogu way. The souls were ripped from every living Saurok in the Veil of Eternal Blossoms, and he demanded the same fate for the legions still in the field. So began the Great Purge. When the Mogu declared the purging of the Saurok, a number of legions were still deployed in the field. Word reached the Saurok of their master's treachery, and so they turned on their officers and vanished behind enemy lines in the Manted Lands. Many legions of Mogu and their slaves were dispatched to hunt down and destroy these deserters. None ever returned. Defiant to the last, the Saurok stood their ground against the Mogu in the swamps of Krasarang. It was here they had a fighting chance, drawing the Imperial forces deeper into unfamiliar territory. The Mogu death toll began to climb as the rebels poisoned water supplies and sabotaged structures. In his fury, the Emperor Dojan continued to send troops, slaves, and weapons to Krasarang in an effort to eradicate what remained of the Saurok. They were never successful.
Let us talk about the nature of power. In my hands, I hold a sword. I ask you, who wields the power? I do, for I wield the sword. Many thousands of years ago, the Mogu held all the power. They ruled this land with fists of iron. But as their empire grew, they needed a way to police and control it. They used the powers of the Veil and their own flesh-warping magics to twist and shape a race of ferocious lizards into a living weapon. They created an army of Saurok, bloodthirsty savages created to enforce the will of the Emperor. But there is a problem with creating a living weapon. Do you see? Who now wields the power? The heartless Saurok, even with their tiny lizard brains, soon realized the truth of their position. They killed the enemies of the Mogu. Then they killed the subjects of the Mogu. Soon, they started killing the Mogu themselves. The Mogu Emperor then ordered all of the Saurok to be purged. He tried to wipe out their entire race, to no avail. So you see, power is easily taken, but should not be lightly given. seem to have lost my sword.